I think we're live. So show number 122. We have a full house tonight with both lovely females, young ladies, women, girls, whatever, you know,
Queen.
queens, that too,
Okay, now talk that talk,
queens,
Adrian.
princesses. So with no further ado, we're so smooth here now. I go straight over to Adrian.
Wow. No. Yeah. Well, yeah. Okay. Well, we're ready, guys. Thanks for joining us. It's 6:05. We're doing good. It's December the 12th. We're 13 days away from that ho day and all that good stuff. Is back. Oh, we're rocking and rolling. Renika, how have you been?
Everything's been great. Just trying to close out the new year and get the new year started. I mean, close out the year and get the new year started.
That's right. That's
We're
right.
about 3 weeks from 2020. It's time for New Year resolutions. I mean, it's ramp up season.
It's ramp up and cuddling season. Yeah, I'm sorry. We're gonna get it together. You still got time, as Renee said, roughly 3 weeks, 13. Well, maybe a little under. Yeah, you got like 3 weeks left in 2019 to go ahead and get things started. Put yourself in position to jumpstart 2020 next year on your wholesaling venture. We thank you for joining us. We're here every Thursday. Well, at least we try to be. 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern. That's how to flip in. And we have the beautiful Miss Renikia and myself, Adria. So this is the place where you ask your questions and I'll read them and they'll answer them. We are live on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. I encourage each and every one of you to go over to Instagram and Twitter and follow, subscribe, like, whatever you got to do at AskFlipMan. And if you have not noticed today, Ty, I see you have a postcard giveaway.
Oh, well, that's really but the company that I recommend.
I get it, but they're on your page. Hey guys, Ty, the Flip Man, wants you to help reiprintmail.com reach their goal of 100,000 followers. You can win possibly a 1,000-piece mail drop using their industry-leading GC Power Mail. If you haven't heard, we've talked about mail2flip.com. So that is most definitely something I would invite each and every one of you to go over to that Instagram page at Ask Flip Man and read up on that. So without further ado, Ty's ready, Rennie's ready, I'm ready. We're going to do a quick round of shout outs. We got Crypto Julius from Chicago. We have Philly in the house. Hawaii, Austin Camacho, welcome and thank you. Rhonda from New Jersey. Let's see who else we got here. Nobody else is telling me where you are. Y'all don't do that anymore. That's fine. Let's go ahead and get rolling. First question we're going to take is going to be from Austin Camacho, who just said he was from Hawaii. And this is a very good first question of today's Flipinar. Can you actually flip houses with no money? Can this really be done?
How many videos we have, Ty?
Over 350.
Ooh, yeah. Absolutely.
How many
1,000,000%. Absolutely. That's exactly what we do here each and every Thursday. We show you how to be able to find real estate with absolutely no money or little to any money. Of course, sometimes it takes a little money to make some money, but can you do this and put a whole entire deal together with absolutely no money? Absolutely. I'm sure there's a plenty of wholesalers right now that can contest to that in the chat area where they have put a wholesale deal together and then put any money up. But that's exactly what we teach here every Thursday.
All right, there you have it. Yes, absolutely. Little to no money to get started in wholesaling. Danny Flores is from Texas, Jason Hunter, Vegas, and Marcus in New York. Kamisha, Minnesota, South Carolina, all represented in the house. New Orleans, St. Louis, and D.C. Georgia, Palm Beach, Florida, and Charlotte. Now y'all representing, telling me where you're from. Thank you. Thank you. So we normally talk about being Gator and getting Gator. Lex Coins. I'm going to read his statement, guys. He's from YouTube. It says, paid a bum to $20
Cool.
to wear my bandit sign around his neck while begging on the freeway. Got 8 calls.
Wow, now that's Gator.
To look, first deal this Saturday. Wish me luck. Now.
Well, now actually, I've tried to do that, and when I come back, they were gone.
$20
with my sign. No. I didn't give them the money first. I didn't give them the money first. I come back to pay them. They gone with my sign.
What's your sign? Well,
Yeah.
popped your sign up on the freeway.
Yeah. So, hey, you're a bad man. 'Cause it didn't work for the flip man.
That's a good idea, though. I can't lie. That's a good idea.
Work for Lex. Good way to go.
I don't know how many people take your sign serious with a bum, but I still think they will.
Yeah. I think,
At least it passed out.
That's definitely Gator.
Yes.
That's Gator. Yeah. That's thinking outside the box. I like that.
Okay, so Toledo, Ohio, D-Town in the building, Champaign, Illinois, and Dallas, Texas, all representing. Appreciate it. Crypto Julius from YouTube says, what's the best strategy for finding cash buyers?
It's a combination of many. It's a combination of many. And honestly, I would say this, the same way that you find properties is a very similar same way that you would somewhat market for cash buyers as well. So instead of you saying I buy houses, instead of you saying I buy houses, you can say I have houses for sale or something of that nature. So people, cash buyers or buyers who's looking to buy properties can reach out to you, but using the same strategies of finding the houses, you can use those same strategies to find cash buyers too.
On top of that, that's a good opening. I hate I ain't have my thing open here, but it won't take but a second. On yesterday, top of that. What happened? What I do? What I'm about to say.
One more time.
On yesterday, I had my guy Burton over from PropStream, aka Dealulator, and while I'm waiting for this to pull up. To piggyback off of Nikki, a lot of the same ways that you find deals, you'll be able to find buyers. As you said, you can put out a message or signs that say, let me just say, even if you didn't have a house for sale, but even if you didn't have a house for sale, $45,000 cash and phone number, but it may be $130,000 neighborhood. So buyers that frequent that area are going to know that that's a potential deal for that area or whatever. So that'll generally, now just having great deals and marketing those great deals as an opportunity to create a buyer's list, because you may market a great deal and you can only sell it to one person, but 25 may call you. So those other 24 individuals, you'll keep their information for future deals. What areas do they buy in? Obviously, their contact information. What price range? The minimum number of bedrooms and baths they deal with. How many do they buy per month? And so on. So you slowly build a database of potential buyers for future deals just from your great deals. Now, just to share my screen here. On yesterday, the guys over here from Dealulator, aka PropStream, we went through some of the new filters, and I'm just going to show you one since we're talking about cash buyers. And in the quick list, you have to do some other things here. It has a flipper option, right? And what that means is now it has the cash buyers option, but I think I got let me remove this. Hold on. Let me remove this. Yeah. All right. So, did I put that in right? Yeah. Let me do this. And this flipper option, I mean, you have the cash buyers option under the quick list choices, but that's going to also include individuals, they bought the house and they're living in it. Now, that's still a good thing as a filter to try to target buyers that have bought in a certain area or market as far as cash. but they try to pinpoint it or focus in or hone in even more by they combine that data with individuals that bought a house cash and then it's on MLS, 3 months later. Normally that's going to be a flipper, right? So that's another option or feature that was added recently to the Digulator AK prop stream. I just wanted to share that with you. But you can go to other real estate agents. Through real estate agents, you can identify the ones that are actually listing those properties that were paid for cash. They're going to normally deal with that type of actual owner, which is an investor. Then it's Renikia, that definitely the real groups, you're going to meet players that just simply networking. So I know that was a long answer, but that's one of the more important things as far as the part of the deal, where's the money going to come from? So,
right.
All I got to say about
And I want to add to that too. I think that's an amazing feature. And if you can plug into softwares like that can provide these lists, that is great. But I know when I first started, one of my mentors taught me how to put out he just called it bait ads. And bait ads is really something, is real, but it's not real type of scenario. It could be a house that already sold, that you sold 3-4 months ago, but you still kind of put that ad out there. Or it could be just a very enticing ad that if you are a real investor, that you're going to call on it because it's such a good deal. But when they call you, it's always, I think that one just went on a contract, but hey, I have a lot of other properties in my database. You just let me know exactly what you're looking for. I can find or I can send you properties that fit your criteria. So, bait ads is a great way to kind of catch those investors, so you can add them to your buyers list.
All right. Hopefully that helped someone out. If you were not paying attention, we were currently on Dealulator.com, aka PropStream. Go back to Dealulator because I also want to pinpoint it is a subscription type service. You do have the opportunity to have 5 days free trial, but it also has a calculator on the first page that I encourage each and every one of you to use when you're trying to decipher whether it's a deal or no deal. So our first deal or no deal question of the day is from Randy Echoltz. We're going to go with that. And the purchase price is going with the information here. I'm going to show it briefly. Of the home is $138,000. So this is how much the seller is selling it for. The ARV, 338.
What 338,000?
338.
All right. And how much they selling it for?
138.
Oh, yes.
Repairs are 45,000. It's a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, almost 2,000 square foot home. So let's looking at the calculator, the Digulator calculator, which is available to each and every one of you. What you got?
A lot of money to be made.
Right, exactly. I can see that without doing the numbers. That's
without doing the numbers. Be made.
That is a deal.
Okay. Yes. But for the newbies, how did you figure that out? Now, granted, YouTube pros knew it right off the top. 338, 138, done. No, it could have been thrown off had the repairs been ridiculous.
Even if the repairs were, you can, let me see. We say you got for 138,000.
Yes.
So even if the repairs were 90,000, he's still gonna work. It's still gonna work.
Ooh, you can make about 30, 40, 50 on this thing.
Oh yeah.
Easy. All right. Good luck on that, Randy.
Lock that one down. ASAP.
Going to Instagram, 32 Apprentice wants to know, how do I keep my buyer from my seller if the seller still lives on the property? I know this is an issue for wholesalers. So what do you do?
You just have to be there or have someone that represents you and just make sure your buyer understands, hey, this, what's what. They have to be clear on their role and your role in the seller. So you have to have someone there to represent you. That's one of the things about virtual wholesaling. And people make it seem it's pie in the sky and just great marshmallows and la. But those situations are going to happen. Everybody ain't gonna give you a key and you can put a lockbox on. Every house ain't gonna be vacant that you can do a deal on. You don't want that to prevent you from making money just because it's not vacant. I know we target, or people make a big emphasis on targeting vacant houses, but you're leaving so much money on the table if you're only targeting vacant houses. You're targeting motivated sellers. You get the price right. You have to you figure out the rest to make the deal work. Get the price right, whether it's vacant or not. That's what you're supposed to do. That's just going to separate the one that's going to succeed in this business that it ain't. You know what I'm saying? Because the main thing, if you can get the price right, a great price, vacant or not, you just got to make it happen. You know, and so what you got?
No, absolutely. I mean, I'll say the same thing. I mean, the most important thing is that happens all the time. You have to control the narrative, control the conversation, control the interaction between the seller and the end buyer. So you want to control the narrative, control the conversation. Even if you got to pull someone to the side, or you have to pull the seller to the side and say, "Hey, I'm gonna bring my partner here. We just want to walk through." Kind of paint the narrative for them to let them know that, hey, just allow us to walk through the property and then I'll contact you and have a one-on-one conversation, but control the conversation as much as possible. But if you don't have anyone there and if you have that end buyer to meet that seller directly without you being there, or without you having a rep there, you can believe 9 times out of 10, they're going to go around you.
Okay. ETC ready to work? Yes, we are on Facebook. I see some Facebook questions coming through here on my screen. So yes, we are there. We are live. Thanks for joining us. And hello, Eric Carney. Next question, guys, we're going to pull from YouTube. It's from Ronald Washington, wanting to know, do you use the same contract for the seller and the buyer? And guys, pointing you back to dealyoulater.com, that one-page contract is available to you there. And also, for those of you on Facebook and YouTube, on your screen there is the 833 number that you can text in order to get that contract to your phone. But to answer the question, Ty.
Yeah, and I'm going to share that agreement that you can fill out online while we answer their question. We can do a box like this. You can remove that question. But basically, yeah, you can. You're definitely on the seller side want to be able to control the narrative as far as the agreement. And on the buyer side of it, sometimes buyers may not want to use your contract, which is fine, as long as the terms don't affect your terms with the buyer. I mean, with your seller or whatever. But in reality, you can use the same contract if everybody's okay with it. Well, the buyer, the seller got to be okay with it or whatever. So what do you think?
Yeah. I mean, it's the same contract. Simplicity.
Yeah.
Okay. Speaking on that contract, Isaiah Toussaint says, with that, do I leave a copy with the seller? And this is from California.
Everything you sign, don't you want a copy of it? That's
right. Yeah. Everyone should have a copy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you are, still in the stage of printing out your contracts, there are, virtual DocuSigns and things of that nature. But if you are in the stage of printing out your contract, print out 2 or 3. So you can leave one with them and you can take one or whatever the case may be. So everyone has a contract for themselves. Now, I would say this, the seller and the buyer don't sign the same contract. So you will have 2 separate contracts. You'll have a contract with you and the seller, and you'll have a contract with you and the buyer, but it could be the same one-pager contract that Ty has right there on dealyoulater.com.
All right. This question is from Artez Moore from Facebook. And Ty, maybe geared more towards you. How do you feel about flipping houses in Bessemer, Weston, Riley, Winona, Midfield, and Powderly? So maybe those not knowing, those are areas.
Yeah, those are those are in Birmingham. All those areas at Birmingham: Bessemer, West End, Riley, Winona, Midfield, Powderly. Got one in Midfield right now. I can't move. Well, you know what? I have had offers on there. I've been being greedy. So, but I'm going to be forced into letting it go. Letting it go for one of those original offers that I got. So, but yeah, you can browse those. Those are quote unquote hood areas, so for the most part, whatever. So, but yeah, there's a lot of activity over there. You just have to get them really, really cheap, my man. Really, really cheap. And if someone's out there that wants a house in Midfield, we will let it go for the lovely price of $15,000.
Dang, what y'all out there? That's a buying home. What's the rehab on that? God,
it did. It's probably not going to need what we was in the other day because a buyer hit me up. He said, well, you know, I thought you said it was a 3-bedroom. I said, no, I said it was
3 rooms.
Bedroom, but it has enough square footage to be a 3-bedroom. But he said, well, anyway, he said, well, somebody's squatting in your house, and and they had a dog with them, and I took the dog.
What? How you gonna squat with a dog? How you gonna squat? Oh no.
So I met my little handy lady over there with me, right? And
so he took the man dog.
Took the man dog, man. But
he
anyway,
didn't take the man dog, did he? The man already don't have
took his DOG, man. And so we went over there. So what's happened is somebody that I gave the lockbox to, they left the back door open. And because I was going to get her to board up the back door because I knew that was the only way they were really probably getting in. And what it was, they just left the door open or whatever. So somebody just walked in there or whatever. So I changed the lockbox code and we just locked, you know, because they had got a what you call it, what you call it, the burglar bar door, and it's locked, it's secure. So anyway, I just thought that was an interesting story. So
a property like that needs how much rehab?
That property, it's gonna let me just put like, okay, first it's only about a $50,000 neighborhood, so it's definitely a rental. Okay. All right, so it's gonna need, just to get it in the rentable shape, it's gonna need at least $25,000. So
that's not bad.
Yeah. So, but anyway, you know, send me, hey, let's do it. you sound interested.
That's not bad. No, that's not.
I actually bought that one. I normally don't do that.
Oh, yeah?
But I was messing around, and the couple that they really need the money, I don't really get it, you know, but I knew I couldn't lose money on it or whatever, so I just asked about it or whatever. That's why I was over there trying to board it up before somebody, you know, settle in there and start to light a fire or something. Now I'm on zero or whatever.
No, you're exactly.
So, anyway. But yeah, to answer this question, yeah, most definitely in those areas you can throw down.
Okay, let's see here. Jamila Green has a question from Facebook. I've had a contract for almost 3 weeks now. Because of time, do I need to renegotiate the price with the seller or still keep looking?
How much time you have?
Yeah. How much time you have left?
Yeah.
Is your due diligence period already out?
Yeah, if you'll answer that for Jamila, we'll be happy to follow up on that question for how much time do you have left? And did you have a due diligence period?
Yeah.
Okay. On Instagram, Kino Nino wants to know, what are the best lists to cold call for sellers, absentee owners, tax delinquent, etc.? So what list are you going to use?
All the above.
Yep.
All of the above, not one over the other.
All the above. All of those could be potential motivated sellers. The video that I'm gonna throw that up on the screen. The video that I released a couple of days ago was 0 to 10,000 per month, and basically that video was just about understanding the number 30, right? And what that represents is basically saying you normally gonna have to talk to between 25 to 30 sellers before you get to a deal. Now, some people are a little better than that, but I'm trying to be conservative. And so as many ways as you can, marketing and generating leads as possible to get to that 30. Then another 30, that's a deal. Then another 30. You see what I'm saying? So he named all of those different type of lists. Those are just different ways to market to get that funnel to the same place of trying to reach that number. You know, it's normally just going to play out that way. So,
okay. Now on Instagram, OPMR Inc. Inc. says, "My name is Michael. He's from ATL. He just wants to let you know that he followed you on YouTube and Instagram, but he's looking at a distressed apartment complex in Atlanta. And when he looks it up in the county tax records, it shows that the property is owned by an LLC. And when I looked up the LLC, I could only find the registered agent's name. My question is, what is the best way to get in touch with the registered agent to let them know we'll find out if they're willing to sell the property?"
Usually the registered agent has contact information, so you can contact them and see if they can forward you to, a lot of times when people put those registered agents up, is really just to be the liaison between them and, you know, you being able to contact them. So a lot of times you could, like Regency, something of that nature, you can call them, and a lot of times they are the ones that are transferring those phone calls directly to the owner of the business. So you can just try to Google the registered agents and see if they have any contact information, contact them and see if they can transfer you to anyone who, you know, transfer you to the owner, or anyone who, their phone number, give you their phone number so you can contact them directly. Also, the registered agent, a lot of times, they are the place of mail for the business too. So you may have to just send some mail to them, yellow letter or postcard, you know, requesting to purchase their property. But also you could try to Google or find out exactly where the property or where the LLC was created. If it was created in the state of Georgia, then you just go to the Secretary of State and research that particular LLC to see if they have any contact information, any person that you can contact, or if they have a mailing address.
Okay.
Also, how many units is it?
That's what I was about to say. I know you. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now let's talk some business.
Yeah, you need to reach out to Renika. I'm sure she's going to be interested in that. She may, you know.
Please, I have people right now looking for multifamily. How many units are there? Yeah. I'll help you find the owner.
All right, OPR Inc. on Instagram. Hope you heard your question asked and you've been given an opportunity to reach out. And if you do not know how to reach Miss Renikia Williams, she's available across all social media platforms. As shown on your screen there. Yeah. That's or email at funding@fkfinancials.com. That's funding@fkfinancials.com. I would suggest that you be very specific in what it is that you're reaching out to her for, because that email address is used for other things as well. So just mention that you have possible business opportunity that you would like to present to her.
Please. I would love to get more information about it.
Kivo on Instagram wants to know, is flipping commercial any different from flipping residential?
Yes, a lot.
Whole lot.
Yeah, you ain't posting the question, baby.
It's on Instagram. I can't post it.
I'm sorry.
I was reading it. I got this. Whoo.
Man, he went off. God. That's Dino, ain't it? Yeah, to answer your question, yes, it's different. When you get a buyer and seller in place, it's no different. But to get to that point, totally different. You know, a lot of reasons, but you have all types of different types of commercial real estate versus single family is just single family. I don't care if it's a house here in Birmingham or it's one in Atlanta or if it's in Detroit or if it's in Wisconsin or wherever, you know, it's still just a house. But with commercial, you have retail space, you have office space, you have medical office space, you have you have multifamily 5 units or more, you have industrial, you have self-storage, you have hotels, motels, you have assisted living facilities, you know, so it just goes on and on with that. So it's different, you know, and all of those are different in the way you go about analyzing those. So it's a different animal in itself. I have this picture up here because that's the video that I released this week. Just go to YouTube, do a search for this exact title, and you should see it. And the other one that we did on yesterday, where we updated the I did a video on the updates in the Dealulator AK prop stream. You can just go check that one out. I think it's called real estate. Just put in real estate investing tool and flip man. In that particular video, you'll see that ugly mug right there. And you can check that video out. So boom.
All right, there you have it, guys. Aaron Taiwa wants to know, do you guys implement the multiple offer strategy? And if so, how do you explain it to the seller? What's that?
A multiple strategy offer? Well, yeah, it is. Well, you want me to go with it?
Yeah, please. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
The multiple strategy offer. I don't know exactly what, but I'm sure this is what he's talking about. Okay. Your initial attempt may be a wholesale deal, right? But the way you present it to them, you give an option. Hey, I'll pay cash at this amount, or at this amount, we can do some owner financing through a subject to, or in this situation, we can do a lease option, or we can do something now. So you're just giving them different options on how you can actually purchase their property. So not really my thing, but a lot of people, you can, if you're going at it multiple ways, you're going to do more deals than just going at it by wholesale. There's no question about that. So.
And I would say always present. I wouldn't necessarily present multiple options, because when you give people too many options, they just all over the place. Sometimes you just want to control the narrative. Present the best offer first, and if that doesn't work, then present the second and the third. But there's some deals that just doesn't work for a purchase and a sale. Some deals you have to do something creative, like a lease option or owner financing or something like that. So to me, the deal kind of tell you your option. There's some great properties that you have multiple type of strategies with, but a lot of times, the way that you structure your deal, your exit strategy and everything would tell you the best way to approach and finance or approach or sell or purchase that property. So I would go with one offer at a time before you start to bombard the seller with so many different things. Now they're thinking about things that they don't need to think about, and you can make it a lot more simpler for them.
Yeah, to piggyback off that, she's basically saying you may start out what your initial goal is. If that doesn't work, then you may give them another option, but just don't lay out 5 options to them. You know what I'm saying? Some of that may work or whatever, but for the most part, you can't, because you're assuming people are going to understand this stuff. The average person has only, well, I don't have any numbers on this, but I'm just going by experience. Most people have only done a few real estate transactions in their whole life, right? Maybe like 1, 2, 3 or whatever, whereas you may do that a week or whatever. So you got to keep in mind, the less someone knows about something, the more likely the likely they're not going to do it or whatever. So just keep that in mind. Not saying what you're asking doesn't work. Just keep that in mind. It's just not going to work with everyone. You may want to go in layers on that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Next question. We're just going to go from YouTube. What if the end buyer insists to know what you locked the property up for, to see what you put your assignment fee at? How do you keep that confidence? You have a buyer, they're interested in your property, but they want to know just how much did you tell the seller you was going to give them for
it? Well, I'll start off and I'll let Todd finish this off. Well, if they asking that, to me, you maybe said too much. Because if they're asking about your wholesale and how you put it on the contract, that mean they see your hand. You really, you want to position this as if you are the investor and you are the one that controls this property, where that conversation shouldn't even come up if you're confident about the way that you put your whole deal together. But if it do come up, you let them know that no. No. No, I don't. At the end of the day, you're not required to show them what you put it on the contract for. So, you let them know that, it's not something that you really have to do. So I would just tell them no. But that's probably a little blunt, but it's not something that you're required to do. And a lot of times if they asking that, they pick in your pocket. And a lot of times you do tell them, they're going to try to shorten you down to you only making 1,000 or 2,000 or something like that. So don't allow someone to beat your assignment fee down like that. Stand your ground, be confident in the fact that I control this contract and I'm selling it to you at $75,000.
Yeah, to add to that is that at the end of the day, guys, this is about relationships with cash buyers. And if I have a cash buyer, quote unquote, I may do a deal with them after I, set them straight away and they still want to do business, fine or whatever, but they won't be high on my list of, of doing business with, because everybody in it to make money, man. Does that price work?
Right.
Does does it work for you? I don't care if I got a contract for 50 cents.
Exactly.
Right? Does that price work for you? And it's that simple. Why do I need to show you the contract? Do you want me to prove that I have it on the contract? That's one thing, or whatever. Right. And I can send you over, whited out price and all that stuff. And okay, I get that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But, even with that, I'm gonna still be tripping or whatever, because again, it's about relationships. I am an asset to you. That's where they should read as a wholesaler, because I am finding you deals that you are not aware of yourself. When a wholesaler brings a flipper or someone that's doing buy, fix, and rent or cash flowing, it's basically money that has just fell out the sky. That's basically what happened. That's the way they should view you.
You did all the legwork.
If someone posted a question on YouTube, it was a statement, and I comment on every one of them. So you post something on YouTube, I comment, that's real or whatever. So now sometimes I get in my feelings or whatever. I need to be real. Then probably somebody that say, oh. But anyway, but he gonna post a question. I don't know which one of my video, a statement rather, not a question, on one of my videos that what'd he say? Why he said a flipper has everything at risk. Why would they give a whole? I guess he was responding to one of my videos. Somebody had made 30 or 40 grand on a deal. Why would they give up 30 grand to a wholesaler? You ain't did nothing. It's basically what he was saying. I'm like, what?
Wow. Wow. First of all, I found the gym.
Yeah, I'm saying
way below market value.
I found the deal, man. Like I said, I just found it for you. It just fell out of the sky, literally.
Right.
So
you're right.
So
and do the numbers work? Your numbers work. You still have a deal. You still have that equity.
Obviously, the numbers still work for you if you want it at the price that we agreed upon, regardless of how much I make. And it's rare you're going to make more money than they make. You know what I'm saying? It's rare. It happens, but it's rare. If they know what they're doing or whatever. So anyway, I was just like, are you serious? He didn't respond back. Right. I'm going to call. You kidding me?
You are a real estate investor.
Yes.
You run a real estate business.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Jay Swags says, Flipman. And this is for Ronique too. I have a seller that signed and we opened escrow and the seller said they wanted more on the day of closing. What can I do? Do I cloud the title? Okay, so you negotiate everything. Buyer, seller, all same room. We're there with his right checks, done deal. Seller saying, I need about $5 grand more. So what do? Depends on how much money on the table.
It depends. You know what I'm saying? How
much more do you have to lose? How much are you making? Now this is an instance where you get to determine whether you walk. Wait a minute, y'all. I got the answer to this.
No.
What's half a zero?
I know you're going to say that. That ain't automatic.
Zero.
Only go there. What's half a zero?
No, I'm asking how much. How much more do they want to make? You know what I'm saying?
sometimes your spread is so healthy where it's like, cool, hey, get these 5,000. Let me take my 20, and I'm good. But it really depends.
Okay, say you're only making 5, and they want 2,500 more. Still with zero.
But what happens zero?
I'm $5,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna do that.
I think that's 25 too. I mean,
yeah,
it all adds up.
At what point do you say no? You're still getting something.
But what you want to do is negotiate both sides. And at the end of the day, I'm gonna go back and say, hey, I can do 15, and I'm gonna go back to my end buyer and say, hey, really, the seller, or we want a little bit more. Can you do a little bit more? So you want to, push both sides at the same time too. See if your seller, your end buyer, is willing to go up another 1,000, 2,000, to get the deal.
Okay, but I'm gonna play devil because
was this hypothetical?
Right.
I don't know, but we also said we're building that relationship, so no different than we don't want. Yeah. No different than we don't want to deal with the buyer that's asking how much we're making. A buyer doesn't want to deal with us if we get to the table and hey man, look, can you get like 1,500 more? Like they're not gonna want to come back and deal with me because they're probably gonna be like, you know what, here, get this money.
You're right.
It's a lot.
But don't ever come back. Don't send me nothing else. Don't me or trying to pitch me
right.
nothing.
You're right. You're right.
You're absolutely right.
You have to.
That's what I'm. That's why I wanted a lot more details on the scenario because especially if I'm a buyer, and I think it's gonna be somebody that's gonna buy over for me over and over again.
Yeah.
Right? And I've done this before. I only took $500 because I thought he was going to buy over for me again. One time that happened and it worked out. The only other time that happened, because that's the only time I ever done that small of an amount, he did buy over and over again or whatever. So in my mind, you just paid me $500, whatever, I don't remember, but it was a smaller amount, considering. You just paid me $500 to be added to my buyers list, right?
Exactly.
Especially if you're going to buy over and over again, you can close that all that stuff. So, but it's just going to be case by case. You know what I'm saying? Just case by case. Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
What the hell?
It is. But don't lose your deal because you're not willing to, give up a little bit. It's because it's a numbers game at the same time. Yeah.
It's X-Men. That's the Raven.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, so not the Raven. You know what I'm talking about. Okay, so let's see here. You're right, Denise B. That's the problem when people worry about what the next person makes. If the numbers are right, who cares if the wholesaler makes a big profit? Wholesaler got to eat. Chomp.
Stop that talk, Denise. That's it. Stop counting people's pocket. Or did you get a good deal?
Right. You happy? You satisfied? Are you satisfied with the purchase? Let's bounce. Jamila wants you to know, Ty, that she used your one-page contract and signed, I'm assuming, a deal on the 21st of November. So good luck on that.
Good
Green.
But that was she the one said she ran out of time.
Yes.
Okay, so let us know, Jamila, how much time you got. That's 21st. We coming up on the 21st next Saturday.
Yeah.
So that's that's 4 weeks. So.
Oh, good memory. Look at you.
But if you feel confident that you can find a buyer, renegotiate, extend it.
Yeah.
But if you feel that, it's almost impossible, it may be one of the things that you just, you put to the side on a sticky note. And as you find new buyers, you always remember that property. And then you can probably go back to them 3 weeks or a month from now when you do have a buyer and it may be still available. So.
Okay. Chopper Guapo on Instagram. It's a rapper name. I like that. Chopper Guapo in the house. Okay, never mind. Wants to know who's the hard money lender you recommended or the company that is willing to fund our deals. Boom.
Yeah. Boom.
Doesn't get better than that.
Boom.
I need to go real estate and go into production.
Ain't nobody say all that. Now chill out. Chill out.
Go to fundmynextdeal.com if you are looking for creative financing, private loans, residential, rehab, purchase and rehab loans, new construction, buying whole. We have a long-term rental product. This is a 30-year amortized note with no balloon payment, just like a mortgage from the bank, where you can build residual income and build your real estate portfolios for generational wealth. But we are nationwide. We fund in all 50 states, but if you want to take advantage of our products, go to fundmynextdeal.com.
All right, Chopper. I know you're on Instagram, so you're unable to see it on the screen. Hopefully, you will join us one day on Facebook and YouTube. We love you guys on Instagram, but always come back and watch the videos if you feel that you've missed something, or if we said we put something on the screen. That was fundmynextdeal.com. Fundmynextdeal.com. That's the one. You got it. No, not find. Fund. Fun, like fun.
They don't like a you.
That's you, Andy.
No. He's on Instagram. So he's typing it in the comments, and I'm looking at it.
Well, Instagram, peoples. My mama would say peoples.
Mm-hmm.
You can go back and always watch the replay on YouTube. Well, and in the Facebook. You just said that.
I just said that. I literally just said that.
Okay. I was like, listen.
Okay. Well, Miss Jamila Green came back and she said she has until the 21st of December. So she gave herself 30 days.
Yeah, you need.
Is your due diligence period up? Have you already lost your money?
What's your deal though, Jamila? What are the numbers on your deal there? That might be your issue. And let's look at the numbers on your deal if you'll post that for us, darling.
All right, Jamila, we need to see if your deal is in fact a deal. Let's get it evaluated right here, all together, all at one time. Let's see here. So the next question is from Nicholas Rivera. If a seller is reluctant to sign the agreement, but they're willing to let you show the property, how do you explain to them that the agreement protects both of you? So now I ain't gonna sign the agreement, but you can come show it.
Well, see that conversation of you showing it. How did we even get there? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I'm showing your property. You're not a real estate agent.
All right.
That conversation.
Oh, because I'm buying.
I'm buying your property, but not even paying attention. I'm going to have some of my capital partners and contractors through. But we're not. Yeah. I'm not showing your capital partner.
Yeah. Capital partners. I like that.
I didn't come up with that. Somebody else.
Hey, I need y'all to run with that. Yeah. You as you have to show these houses, I have to bring my capital partners over and use that term, and every time it'll work. I guarantee.
What's that, baby? What's your captain? Your captain.
Capital partners. That sounds.
My money guy. Oh, you ain't got the money? No.
That ain't what I said.
I ain't saying that. My partners.
Behind the man with the money.
I'm not the only one that checks off on our investment, so they're my partners.
Yes.
Okay, so Derek Hill wants to know, are church buildings worth wholesaling? The church.
Derek Hill. That sounds no Derek Hill. Absolutely. I mean, if you have an end buyer, anything is worth wholesale. If you have an end buyer, somebody that's willing to, buy it from you, absolutely. The key is that those type of exotic, assets are not sold every day or not purchased every day. So it'll be a little more grassroots or marketing where you have to go out there and really find an end buyer to purchase your church. But absolutely.
Yeah, the biggest thing is you're not going to probably have anything to compare it to. Number one, like you said, it's not sold all the time or whatever. A lot of times, when that's with any real estate, it may just be a church that's on a great corner or whatever, with a lot of activity. It may be a lot of retail around it. So, it could just be as simple as that. Just the flat out location of it is great. So, it's just going to be a case by case, but a lot of times, at the end of the day, you're just going to have to get it really cheap,
Right. And also, I just had this scenario late last year. We were selling a church, but the thing about it is, like Todd said, it was in the perfect location where the end buyer was thinking they was going to tear it down and build townhomes. So you may not be looking for a church buyer. You may be looking for someone who wants that prime real estate in that location where they can tear whatever down on the property and rebuild something else up. So you looking for commercial buyers at the same time.
Okay. Built to Last on Instagram wants to know, should I build my own list using PropStream, aka dealulator.com, or buy a targeted list? So are we buying lists, or if you have the Dealulator subscription, do you build your own?
You're gonna build your own, man.
Okay.
And I'll show you why.
Oh, here we go.
You're gonna build your own, man. You know what I'm saying?
Now, Built to Last, you got him looking at me like, man, that was the dumbest question ever.
No.
I just said the way you looked at me like
it was a good one.
It was a great question. So what we're going to do, class. All right. And we're gonna go to Shelby County, Tennessee, aka Memphis, making easy money in style. And so we'll use that as our target. And so what we do is go here to filters. All right. And filters is where you're going to build your actual list. A lot of different ways you can go with this, right? Okay. And so you may want to do non-owner occupied, right? It can be the occupied or vacant or any. I like to normally go with any. Now you can do free and clear. You can do pre-foreclosures, just whatever, bankruptcy, divorce, tax delinquent, and so on. So we will go with we'll just say free and clear. All right. So now you have to identify the type of property you're targeting. So I'm assuming we're targeting houses, but you select residential. You can also get in here into multifamily if you wanted to. You can do apartment houses, 100 units or more, or 5+ units or more. You go on. So but we don't just do single family, since most of us are focus on houses. But if you do apartments, to try to make sure you eliminate as many large houses that have multiple residents in it. If that's not your thing, if you're trying to target quote unquote normal looking apartment structures, then you want to increase the square footage down here to about 4,000. That'll filter out a lot of those. All right. So now, once you have chosen the type of property that you want, I want mine to be off market. So it says on market, I'm going to say no. And off market means it's not listed on MLS with a real estate agent, blah, blah, blah. Now, ownership information, I'll go here and we'll add individual. We don't want to target corporate, mixed, or trust in this example, I guess. Then I want them to have owned it for at least a year. All right. So with that being said, now I have a list of over 17,000 that fits that criteria for that entire county. Now that's a lot, and you may not want to target that many. So what you can do, you can actually just choose the amount you want to either use as a cold calling and or direct mail list. And so what you do is just go here to records and do filter, and we'll just say you want to do 1,000 of those, and then you would just go and create your list, and you name your list, save it, boom. Go over here to properties. Over here to properties, and under your marketing list, you choose the list that you just set up. We'll just choose one just for the sake of it. And so, boom, you export and you do whatever you want to with it. You can skip trace it here or with another service. Once you skip trace it, start banging out calls. That's all in 20 minutes. You're in business. You're ready to start making. So, boom.
Wow.
What else can I do for you?
Powerful. That's powerful.
Well done. Potatoes too.
No excuses. No excuses. 2020.
Got it all here, baby. 2020. Boy, that time.
No excuses.
I know.
2020.
I ain't done nothing different from last year than this year.
Oof.
Dog, it's a whole new decade. Gone. Okay, Facebook.
It's a new decade, ain't it?
It is a whole new decade.
Wow, I ain't even think about it like that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I think my age, I've lived in 4 different decades.
I've lived in 5. You on the 70s too, though? You on the 70s? Yeah. Okay.
I was not. Don't put my business out there. You on the mic. You live. I was not born in 70. I was born in 80 something. 80.
Okay.
Nah, he ain't trying to be like that.
Right. Put me out there.
Okay.
The site that was seen on the site that you saw was dealyoulater.com. Someone just posted that. Thank you, Ronald Washington.
Oh.
But it's Deal You Later. Look on your screen
Right
there.
here. Boom.
Boom, right there. Oh, you and these banners. DealYouLater.com. Now go back to DealYouLater.com. Go to the calculator. We're gonna do another. Is it a deal?
No.
This is from Jamila. She put all the information in. This is the one we were talking about.
Okay. Let's see.
21st to December 21st. So guys, pay attention. Instagram, come back to the video. Or go to dealyoulater.com on your
we're about 55 minutes in on this.
Yes, you can plug and chug the numbers yourself. So Ms. Jamila Green signed the contract on November 21st that expires in 30 days on December 21st. She has the contract for $83,000. It is a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, no repairs. Oh, never no repairs. But
never no repairs.
Just cosmetic upgrades. Well, that's a repair. Buy and hold is $900 monthly rent. They just replaced all the flooring about 6 months ago.
How much are the repairs?
She says only cosmetic.
Put one in there.
One ain't no. What we replacing? Single tile in the bathroom.
Got to put something in there.
Okay. It has a stock pond in the back and the ARV. Here you go. 120.
I thought you said it was
ARV is 120.
ARV was 83.
No, I said she has it on a contract for 80.
Oh, okay.
I said the ARV is 120.
Ooh.
And it has a tenant in there, huh?
How much the tenant paying?
$900.
Okay. How you do that, Renika?
They got a pond. They got fish.
That's the thing. Is that the ARV if you put some rehab work in it, or is that the as is value?
I'm assuming that's what she said. It doesn't need any repairs. So I'm assuming.
So that's the.
Yeah, I guess,
I mean, no flipper is going to purchase it. Maybe. I took that back. What's that? 120.
So what's 5,000? 5,000 repairs. That's what you said.
Okay, we'll go with that. All right.
Boom.
She got on the contract for 83.
And
see, that's a 70% is 84,000. I don't think a real flip 70% of 120 is 84,000.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So no.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough, man.
Tough, tight.
The thing about it is gonna be tough for a fix and flipper. A fix and flipper is probably not gonna purchase that. So your target is someone who either want to live in there or someone who wants that rental income, buying home.
Okay, so some creative type financing or buy and hold.
Because there's always something that's needed.
Yeah.
For you to get that 120, I'm assuming there's something that he can put $10,000 or $15,000 worth of work to get that full 120. If not, then why would you all be selling it at 120? Or are you trying to sell it at 120?
Okay, there you have it, Jamila.
So
that helped you out. Got a little input there. I'm not particularly sure. Okay, so now that we have that information, got it. She says it expires on the 21st next week. Okay, what is she doing? You either need to renegotiate, or this is just one that you just lost out on.
I mean, it's a deal and not a deal at the same time. It's a deal.
Just depends on who you.
It's just not. I don't think it's really worth the flipper time, but it's a decent deal.
Okay. All right, Jamila, hopefully that helps you. Robert Jones, I'm not familiar with this. Renika, you may be. He says he got a hit on Craigslist, but the hit wants me to download an app. Are you familiar with this? That ain't no true blue hit.
What?
I got hit creative advertising, and he got on Craigslist, and he got a hit from it, but it wants him to download an app. That doesn't sound. Does that
sound like a buyer?
That sounds like a lot of companies market through Craigslist, selling their products and services, and they know a lot of investors buy all types of bells and whistles. So that's nothing. That's nothing. You target the motivated sellers, then that doesn't fit you. That's not what a motivated seller. That's not what a motivated seller will want you to do, is to download an app. Trust me.
All right. That's weird.
So Jamila added some information. The owners are only moving because of job relocation. So it's even still with someone moving out and they think it's perfect. I'm moving in. I want carpet. I want
so it'd be vacant.
You're gonna have to do, like you said, some cosmetic stuff. So yeah,
something to get that full 120.
So yeah. Hopefully that helped. Next thing, okay, guys, we've said this. Cool Kid, good question, but again, I think Ty and Renikia both asked, how did you even get to this point in the conversation? So Cool Kid says, what if a seller asks me if I'm a buyer or a wholesaler? What do I say?
You're not dealing with a motivated seller.
Not dealing with a motivated seller. Sorry, Instagram, we're out now. And or they've been hit by other wholesalers who messed up and said that they were wholesalers. Don't make that same mistake. Or so it's time for you to fix it and correct it. You are an investor. You are the buyer. The discussion.
Exactly. And wholesaling is a service that you provide as a real estate business. So at the end of the day, you're a real estate investor. Do I have wholesale services? I do. But doesn't,
Okay. This question is from Dominic Smalls. He's from Murder. And you made me read it just how you put it on there too. Myrtle. Myrtle, South Carolina. I want to get started in this business of freedom. So I see a lot of mobile homes for sale out here. Can I wholesale them? So maybe mobile homes in some areas are a little bit more than in others. I'm assuming maybe by the beach that could be. I don't know why you.
Okay. Well, yeah, there are lots of
you can sell.
Yeah, and they'll be very expensive because of the dirt that they're sitting on. It's not really the mobile home itself. It's just they own that lot and it's on the beach, but a mobile home is sitting on it. So yeah,
absolutely can wholesale it.
But just
mobile homes like selling a car.
Yeah, mobile homes like selling a car though. The actual mobile home itself, because it can be moved. Now, if the land is coming with it, then it's just a normal transaction, real estate transaction. But a mobile home itself, you're going to probably have to have the money, or you can set up some owner financing to sort of get some form of possession from it, and then sell your owner financing to a potential cash buyer that may just cash the whole thing out or whatever. That's the only way I can see, because a contract ain't gonna mean it won't mean anything with a mobile home just itself or whatever, especially if it has to be moved. Because they can always just show up. 3 minutes, the deal is over. Bill of sale, cash in hand, signed just like a car. It's your car now. It's your mobile home now. You got to come, move it or whatever. So,
okay. So, did that sound like a softball, a baseball out of park?
Well, yeah.
No, kind of, sort of.
No.
I can't do it. Okay, I can't. Jay Wilson wants to know, beside hard money, do you know where we can find gap funding for our deals? Where y'all come up with?
You got your brother.
MyNextDeal.com. We specialize in creative financing, the whole financing, every aspect of financing, gap funding, hard money, private loans, business loans, term loans, lines of credit. We specialize in money. And be able to provide gap funding or hard money, and we show you exactly how to plug the two, so you can almost finance your deals at 100% finance without you really putting a lot of your own liquid cash into the deal. So, but if you want to take advantage of that, we have gap funding up to $150,000 of unsecured credit, where we can show you how to use that money and partner it with a hard money loan, so you are able to flip properties using 100% of OPM. Go to findmynextdeal.com to take advantage of our loan products.
All right. Speaking of fundmynextdeal.com, Isaiah Ware wants to know, he's 19 going on 20 pretty soon. He's working on leveraging his credit to acquire an LLC. The LLC will be used for a fix and flip. He wants to know, is this a good step to take at his age? So we know we can go to Fund My Next Deal for the LLC. We're going to leverage our credit to do so. But when is too soon? Do you have any input on that?
Honestly, you're in a perfect age. You know, I started this business. I started studying real estate when I was 17 years old. The earlier you start studying a powerful industry like real estate, is just the better, because I feel that it's better to make mistakes when you're 19, 20, 22 years old than making mistakes when you're 40 or 50, because you have more responsibility that you have to handle. So I believe the earliest you can get into the game, the key is that it is credit driven. You can mess with your credit very young. So you want to educate yourself, connect with mentors, learn as much about it before you do something too great over your head where you mess with your credit at 19. Now, credit can still be fixed, and there's a lot of us messed with our credit at 19, and we wasn't trying to flip real estate. We was doing something crazy. So at the end of the day, credit still can be fixed and restored. So, but learn it, get your mentor, learn this business. You're young, you don't have a lot of responsibility as someone my age or older. Learn it, get your mentor, and then begin to leverage your credit to do this business, because the earlier you start, by the time you're 30 years old, you'll be in a whole nother realm of life.
Okay. Angie B wants to know, just is Fund My Next Deal personal credit info based, or should they come with an LLC?
Our gap funding, the gap funding program does leverage your personal credit for business credit. So when you first begin to establish business credit, which everybody wants business credit without using your personal credit, but when you first begin to establish business credit to a lender, we don't know your credit worthiness because you have no business credit. So in order for us to lend your business money, you have to person guarantee it, because that's the only way of evaluating your credit worthiness. So as you begin to start your business, you have to person guarantee those business lines until your business start cash flowing. Then your cash flowing becomes your credit.
All right. So now, with that being said, you just mentioned, and I see several posts on here. This is from Facebook and YouTube alike. Ty, focus, man. Otis Hope, you said gather your mentor, find someone that can teach you this business. Now, granted, we have 350 plus videos. It's more like 400 guys that are available on YouTube. We're here on Thursdays. There's content being uploaded daily, Instagram, Facebook, all across that. You can join REIA groups. You can go to those meetings. You can call one of those We Buy Houses sign and say, hey, man, are you familiar with this? How long have you been doing this? I want to get into it. Can we partner up? That would be an option. But Otis says, I need a mentor. So, man, so
and we're gonna talk about these mentors too.
I'm listening.
There's paid mentors. People are not doing these things for free. Yeah. So be willing to invest in yourself to get your mentor time, or do a deal with them. I tell people all the time, if you don't have the money to invest, figure out how you can do business with someone who's doing business. Because honestly, you bring me a deal and you don't know what to do with it. By us doing that deal, you will get educated as we do that deal, because we're doing a deal together. So find creative ways to connect with mentors, but don't be afraid to invest in yourself if that mentor has a paid, subscription service or something like that. That's tuition. That's investing in yourself. That's education. You need that.
Oh, it's no question about it. Like you said, one of the issues with people just reaching out to individuals that's already doing it. I'll just tell you, because I'm on that side of it, but I know how my mentality would be if I knew what I knew now. If you want to try to get someone to teach you how to do this for free, you need to bring them some value. It's going to be very rare. People just going to be that nice and just teach you the business. It's going to be rare. Or whatever. Normally, even if they do it, they're not going to give you the time you probably really need or whatever to do it. But again, on top of it, you got to bring some value to them, right? And the best way to bring value to anybody that's in business, whether it's real estate or whatever, bring them somewhere they can make some money on it. Now, the issue with that is that most people don't know what a real deal is, right? And so the simple thing you can do is, like just with these free videos I have, focus on what's an actual deal or not, right? If you focus on what's a deal, now see, if you call me and you like, I don't know, it said you say I got a house in people in Birmingham, and no, I got a house in Homewood, and a seller says that they'll sell it to me for $100,000. You're gonna get my attention because that may be in a $300,000 to $400,000 neighborhood. So now I am willing to put time into you, and if we do a deal and whatever we make on it, then at that point, of course, I'll be willing to teach you whatever I know or whatever. But the problem is most people don't have a clue on what a deal is because they haven't even taken the time out and educated themselves on that. I said this a couple of weeks ago. People that text me all the time, and this is a common response you're going to get from me. Educate yourself to give yourself the best chance to succeed. Renika went out on us. Educate yourself to give you the best chance to succeed. By knowing what you're doing, right? By simply knowing what you're doing, you've just exponentially increased your chances of doing it or whatever. Now, a lot of people are just trying to, send me to the video that'll just show me what to do first or just do this. No. You need to watch them all, right? So all your questions will be answered, but people don't have the patience. And if you don't have the patience to even watch something that's free that can make you 7 figures, you're not going to succeed at this anyway, because it takes patience to do real estate, period. It takes patience just to even be involved in real estate because it can go at a snail's pace, but but the paychecks are not going to be elephant size. You go from a snail pace of actually putting it to an elephant check, compared to what most people probably make or whatever. So educate yourself, take advantage of all this free information. You can go beyond me. I just can only tell you what I offer. I give it all away. I'm not bits and piecing you into buying something. Yes, I do sell stuff. There's no question about that. Let me add Renika back. There's no question about that I do. Oh, you did that? Oh, you did that?
My phone, my device died.
Okay. All right, but educate yourself and give yourself the best chance to succeed. It's that simple. You out there trying to half-ass it. You know what I'm saying? You go say, "Oh, that don't work." No, it does work. You didn't prepare yourself to make it work by simply educating yourself. That's it. You can't. Hey, if you can't bake a cake, I text this lady today on that. You can't bake a cake without the ingredients, baby.
It's life lessons right here. I said it's just life lessons. I mean, it takes effort to do something great.
We're getting more people later.
I know, that's why we should just do it later, so I won't be late.
Yeah, we should, I guess.
But then
what we're talking about, we get more people to watch the later it gets. I think what we're and we're just talking out loud here, guys. I think because of the West Coast, this really starts at 4 on the West Coast. You know what I'm saying? And so that's probably cutting off.
They ain't not working.
A lot of people ain't available or whatever. So we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. But yeah, because the later it gets, the more people watching or whatever. And we're already an hour and 12 minutes in, 13 minutes in. So
people start winding down about 7, 8, or 9.
Yeah. So
more like 8.
Hey guys, it says it's 183 of you guys between YouTube and Facebook. Make sure you go ahead and click the like, subscribe button. Make sure you're aware of any uploaded content. Go to Instagram and Twitter and go to Ask Flipman. But on here on YouTube, tap the bell to turn on notifications. Subscribe now to the channel. I suggest each and every one. And also go to Wholesaling Real Estate with the Flipman on Facebook. There's a group. Oh man, there's so many users over in there, and they post stuff all day long asking questions. You can ask questions. You get some really good answers from those who are in the business doing the biz. And as Ty mentioned earlier, you can always post questions on the videos on YouTube, even after they're done, and he will come back and answer your question. Now, don't get offended if he directs you back to one of those 350 plus videos that are available on YouTube for you to watch that covers this thing from the rooter to the tutor. But he might, but for the most part, he's going to answer your questions. So, next thing I got right here. I lost my question. I had a question. It was like my questions. So, Sylvanus, I had them here. I did it fast. Sylvanus Adenike. What are some different platforms to market deals? So, go. I got on the contract. I need to find me a buyer. What am I doing?
Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, Facebook groups, LinkedIn groups.
Networking, real groups.
And real groups.
Fine.
Real groups are basically real estate, investment, associations.
You want to connect with those groups in your backyard. If you're not connected to those groups, then you're missing out on a lot of money and a lot of opportunity.
Okay, so take advantage of those. Now, I have a question for maybe people that don't know. Maybe they don't understand. These REIA groups that you talk about, they probably meet maybe once monthly, twice monthly, bi-monthly at most.
Savannah's, I know Savannah. Savannah, you're in Baltimore. There's a lot of groups going on in Baltimore out there too.
Okay. So
DMV.
are they typically free?
Normally,
sometimes you may have to pay, a door entry.
Yeah,
$5, $10,
$5-10, and then they have the memberships. What, 100, sometimes 200 a year. It's normally not that expensive at all, or whatever.
Right. Okay. Mr. Cottrell, the Facebook group is Wholesaling Real Estate with the Flip Man. Yes, that's the group that you will want to join. So Christian wants to know, how do I get listed properties on MLS maybe below market prices sent by cooperative agents? Or am I wasting my time and should focus on off-market properties?
I would say this, anything that's on the market is just overly exposed. So it's not that you can't buy these properties at below market. It's just there's more competition. So, you're dealing with everybody. You're dealing with all the cash buyers that can see that property on MLS. So, I mean, it's really good. It's good properties on MLS, but it's just a lot more competition. And a lot of times you may have to double close it as well.
Yeah, and just think about it. If it's a great deal, it's not going to last on MLS but hours. Yeah. Now, you can negotiate something into a great deal, but just understand that you got to deal with the agent, and then you got to have a certain type of buyer to buy those. It's possible you got to have $1,000 earnest money or whatever, maybe 500. They're going to want proof of funds. All that has to be taken in consideration or whatever. Now,
and then that hit you with highs and best.
Yeah.
So they're not trying to give their deals away at below. They'll hold on to those contracts for a week or two just for highs and best offers, which makes everyone to increase their offers when they do that.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is from JLo0615. How do you build up the courage and confidence to send out those first letters or make those first cold calls?
Well, the letters are easy. You got to talk to nobody. You just put them in the mail. The cold calling I get, it may be a little challenging for a lot of people, similar to myself or whatever. If that's a challenge for you, what I would recommend is that you just get to partner with someone that is okay with cold calling, that's looking for an opportunity. Or if you have the budget for it, you can hire a virtual assistant. Websites like Fiverr.com, Fiverr.com is full of VAs that have a lot of experience at making cold calls specifically for real estate or whatever. Normally, they're inexpensive to do so. You just have to mold them into how you want them to make calls for you or whatever. So,
and also, what helps builds confidence is, your knowledge behind what you're doing. Yes. A lot of times, it's hard to sell something that you're not as knowledgeable about. So preparation is really key to having those cold calls and just being in this business. The more you prepare yourself, if you honestly write out a script. So at the end of the day, it's like, stick to what you put on there. And as you begin to do more cold calls, you'll start realizing that, these questions are always asked. To be honest with you, a lot of times 9 times out of 10, that conversation is going to go the same almost on every call. So prepare yourself as well as put a script in place. So and just prepare yourself in that way. So when you do make those calls, you already know what you're going to say.
Okay. Keith Rick has a question here. How much due diligence time is the right amount? And is there a section in the contract for that? So when you speak of, did you do your due diligence? Has your contract expired? Does that include your due diligence period? How long is that?
Well, the contract that I give away on dealulator.com, it has a due diligence option there, and 14, 21 days or whatever, is what I would always shoot for or whatever. So
As the buyer of the property, you want as long as possible. They want to give you 30 days, take it. But when you sell it, your end buyer, you want them as less due diligence as possible. You really want them at about 2 to 3 days or something of that nature, for your end buyer.
Okay. So guys, a lot of you I see, since we've mentioned the REIA groups, you're asking, where are they? How do you find them in Montgomery? I see Dallas, all of that. Wouldn't that be as simple as just, could you just Google it?
Exactly.
GOOGLE.
Google is your friend. So I would just Google it, guys. Local REI group.
Exactly.
REI Montgomery, REI Atlanta, REI.
Yeah.
That's it.
Exactly.
Would it be easier just to call a local real estate office and ask? Hey,
it's easy just to Google it. They'll come up.
Google it, because a lot of times it's not really connected to real estate agents. It's like an investor type of, it's an investor organization.
Mm-hmm. Now there'll be agents that are members, obviously, but just Google it.
Now, long live malls. There's no question that you shouldn't ask. If it's a question that you shouldn't ask, I just want to read it. But do you have any videos on subleasing? They know it's not your thing, but they figured they'd ask anyway.
No, I don't.
Nope.
Never done that before.
Nope. All right, guys, we're at 7:26. We've been on for about an hour and 30. I'm trying to wait to reach the 200. I think the highest I saw was 198. So thank you to each and every one of you that joined us this Thursday, December 12th. Tomorrow's Friday the 13th. So get all your horror movies in and watch scary movies all night long. And slushy. Because in 2020, I'll start getting summertime fine in. Now, still have time. You got almost 3 weeks before the end of the year. So go ahead and start binging on those videos, then get out there and grind and stack your coins. That's how it works. You binge, you grind, you stack. Education and consistently educating yourself is how this business works, team. Okay, it's continuously and consistently educating yourself is the only way this wholesaling thing is going to work for you. It's not a get rich quick scheme. You could get rich quick, but it probably won't work that way. When I put some effort into this,
you can get comfortable real quick.
You get comfortable.
Now you can get comfortable real quick.
Okay, get comfortable.
You can get comfortable.
Check at one time.
Yeah.
Don't listen to them or they. So when you get ready to go for your Christmas dinners and you telling them that, hey, next year I'm gonna start this thing, I've been watching these videos, and they begin to tell you that this isn't going to work, and they don't understand.
Who should they listen to?
They.
No, they ain't gotta listen to they. Don't listen to them.
He says them or they.
Them or they. Don't listen to them or they. And that way, you can begin this. Don't wait. Start now. Don't wait for tomorrow. It's not promised.
Don't wait. Start now.
That's right. Next week, next Thursday, we should be here, Lord willing. That's 6 p.m. Central Time, 7 p.m. Eastern. Ty, you got any closing details?
No, you can let Renika do her thing.
Okay, now I've been telling you guys all day on how to step your wholesaling game up. A lot of you want to know how to leverage your credit for a line of credit. You've asked about hard money. You've asked about gap funding. Someone else even mentioned whether if this is personal credit or whether this is business credit. Someone wanted to know whether this is loans or whether this is credit cards. So questions. Now, all questions cannot be answered, but the beautiful Ms. Renikia here can give you an overview of what her company does and the services that they can provide to you. And at the end, most definitely tell you how to get in contact with her. So, Ms. Rennie, answer that question.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. First and foremost, thank you, Ty and Adrian, for allowing me to be a part of the Flipreneur or Ask Flipman show. But I am just a financer. My focus is helping you find the money, because I have a motto: nothing moves before the money. You have a lot of great ideas, but you don't have money to kind of go behind it. It's kind of hard to get to that next level. So we show you how to leverage your credit on all platforms in multiple different ways. And of course, if I can get each and every one of you all one lump sum, $150,000 or $250,000 loan, I will. But honestly, the way banks and lending work, it all based on your own personal credit. And what we do is show you how to build your personal credit and your business credit so you can get those large lump sums. But that shouldn't stop you. The focus is to use what you have, leverage what you can to get where you want to be. So you can continue to build yourself up. We have nationwide lending from gap funding, unsecured credit, term loans, lines of credit. But most importantly, we are a direct private lender for residential and commercial loans, where we can help you with your acquisition and rehabs, your fix and flips, your buy and hold, residential or commercial. If you want to take advantage of our loan products or just take advantage of leveraging your credit and using OPM, other people's money, or the bank's money, go to findmynextdeal.com, and that'll get you access to our website, or you could connect with me on any of the social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram.
All right, there you have it, guys. Facebook, Instagram, findmynextdeals.com. Reach out to Renikia, and of course, someone will contact you back from her company within 24 to 48 hours. Just a lot of time for that. So without further ado, Ty, it's on you.
Oh, nothing. Just make sure you follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok.
TikTok?
Yes, sir.
Oh, gosh.
That's right. That's right.
Okay.
And Instagram ain't always been what you think it is now.
It absolutely has not.
It started out as just for photographers. Now what?
Right.
Where are the photographers?
Or it's for Instagram models and such as myself.
All right. Okay. Well, they're model. Yeah. All right. So anyway, guys, we really appreciate this week. We see a lot of people join a little later, so we're going to take a consideration on the time of whatever, because we leaving a lot of people out there. That's one of the biggest things. People say, well, I missed it. So anyway, we again appreciate everyone, and we will see you guys on next week.
Yes. On the flip side.
All righty. And my timing was off, but here we go.
Flip man. It's the flip man. You want some money in your hand? Flipping houses without credit or your cash. Get that bag.